leading all the way to the entrance in a valley of Armageddon. Okay, so here in the center, when those three streets meet, look what we have here in the center. That was a main temple for Dionysus. Okay, that was the main temple for Dionysus. You see all those pillars, and you see the way the pillar was stick into the street. Okay, the way the pillar was stick into the street is due to the earthquake. You see how the stones came up on it, yeah? It's all due to the earthquake. And here in this area, the archaeologists found a skeleton of few different young women, young boys in this area. Now here used to be a fountain, just for the beauty of the street. People came over, wanted to wash hands or face. Used to be like a fountain here. That building used to be a monument, just also for the beauty of the street. And you remember Roman time, the facade of the building was much more important than inside building. It's changed from Byzantine. When Christianity became an official religion of the Roman Empire, then inside, inside the church was more important than outside. But Roman time, the facade of the building was more important. And next, you see the pillars. In front of the pillars used to be a pool. And pillars all reflected in the pool, also for the beauty of the street.
Right.
And just for you to understand, there is no doubt, you know, you read about the Decapolis. This is the place Jesus, Decapolis, all walking through on the way to Jerusalem. There is no way they do not stop in a Decapolis town, in a place which we are visiting now. Yeah, or it's written people following from Decapolis. It's many people. Those was a huge town, mix of population, Jews, Hellenistic Jews, pagan, all used to live in one big town. You can see here an example. That used to be a silversmith shop. A silversmith shop here, and they started to add crosses on the shops and the buildings from Byzantine time. Yeah, that was a silversmith shop, you know, and they started to add it from 4th century. People who Christianized from 4th century started to add the crosses on the building. Listen, it's 10:25. Okay, we leave at 10:50. We'll meet at the entrance. People who wants to go, I'll take 5 minutes to go up. If someone wants to go up to the hill, those who wants to continue with me on the other side, they will come with me, and we'll meet at the entrance, yeah, by the little coffee shop and toilet. Visit of the toilet in the end of the tour is must. We are going to have a long drive to Jerusalem and Bethlehem, so the visit of the toilet here is must. Okay, so we'll meet over there at the entrance. Okay, and first, those who wants to go to the top, you go a little bit here and then to the left, yeah? You go a little bit here and then to the left.
Is anything up there?
And then you come back down, same thing, and you cross it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anything up there?
We're headed back to the car and the bus at this point. This is the amphitheater here. We'll give you a panoramic shot here. And then this is the stage.
Wonder how long it takes for them to
Please stay in the line, please, Micro. Prepare your cameras as fast as help. You had your chance.
No, it was him.
Okay, so we have this group. They're going to close in 10 minutes.
10 minutes, the church will be closed, please.
We're getting ready to leave the church here at Bethlehem, the church of the Nativity. We got to see where Christ was born, the star, and also the manger. We're headed back to the car at this point.
I don't care. Try.
Yeah, Israel and Jordan signed a peace agreement in 1994. Okay, so it used to be just a border here between Israel and Jordan. Crossing the checkpoint now here, we are coming into the West Bank. Okay, the next part of the Jordan Valley is inside the West Bank. We call West Bank this little territory, which is the west side of the Jordan River, because the state of Jordan, between 1948 to 1967, the state of Jordan has two parts. Yeah, they have the state of Jordan on the east bank of Jordan River, and they have a little bank here on the west side. That's why it's called West Bank. And the name remains until today, West Bank, because until 67 it was under Jordan. 6-Day War, Israel conquered the West Bank, this piece of land. In 1993, Israel and the Palestinian Authority reached an agreement. Now is known as Oslo Agreement. Oslo Agreement. According to Oslo Agreement, we divide the West Bank to 3 different categories: Zone A, B, and C. Zone A is all under Palestinian, like Bethlehem and Jericho, for instance. Israel withdrew and gave it to Palestinian, and inside Bethlehem you will see a Palestinian policeman, not an Israeli policeman. Zone B, security is under Israel, but Palestinians manage their own life in terms of internal issues, education, is all under Palestinian. Zone C is all under Israel. Here, for instance, this part is Zone C. Security, everything is under Israel. According to Oslo Agreement, which signed in 1993, we were already supposed to determine the final status of the West Bank. It was supposed to be determined until year of 2000. But a final agreement between Israel and Palestinian Authority about the final status of the West Bank has never been reached between Israel and Palestinian Authority. So from 1993, it's remained like the West Bank divided into 3 categories, and final agreement hasn't been reached yet. Now, when you drive through, it doesn't mean, you know, when we drive here along Zone C, it doesn't mean that you have to go from C to B and then to A. For instance, we will drive by Jericho, which is Zone A, is all under Palestinian. Okay, we will drive on C, and next to us will be Jericho, which is Zone A. She excavated Jericho. She found in Jericho a little tower and a little wall coming to this tower. When you look at it, it's a little bit boring, but that has lots of significance. It dated back to 10,000 BC. Gave archaeologists an indication that's one of the first village or town ever built in the world, built in Jericho. Give archaeologists this indication of human being changes nature, of wandering after the food and hunting food, to someone who have towns and fields. And one of the first evidence is coming from Jericho. Yeah, in addition, we all remember Jericho mentioned in Old Testament and New Testament. Old Testament, remember the Israelites found here kind of a weak point, and they crossed the Jordan River next to Gilgal, about 10 kilometers north of Jericho, more or less. We just crossed the village a minute ago, more identified with Gilgal. And they surrounded the wall of Jericho 7 times until the wall, come down, till the wall fell. Actually, Jericho mentioned first time when Moses sent 2 spies, and they came to Jericho, Joshua and Caleb. And they came to Jericho, and a woman called Rahab gave them food and shelter. Yeah, in Jericho. That was actually the first time it's mentioned. New Testament, we already mentioned Zacchaeus when he came up on a sycamore tree to see Jesus when he was walking by Jericho. Now is Jericho is already seen. Okay, it's a little bit